We also have some major research conducted by MIT and Harvard scientists that have identified mutations in a single gene that could possibly impact heart disease in this country. Nick Tate is here to join us to talk about this. He is our Newsmax Deputy Health Editor. He's joining us from our Boynton Beach, Florida studio. Nick, it's good to have you with us.
Good to be with you, Lynn.
These statistics about heart disease in America are staggering. 1 million Americans suffer from some sort of heart disease. What can you tell us about that? Why are we so prevalent for it?
Well, some of it's lifestyle, some of it's what we eat, some of it's the lack of activity. We don't get enough exercise. But as these researchers found, some of it is a genetic predisposition that many people have to be prone to heart disease and heart attack.
I've also learned that women suffer from heart disease, and it does not get as much attention as, let's say, breast cancer. Why do you think that is?
That's absolutely true. I mean, there has been a very aggressive and successful campaign to raise awareness for breast cancer. And while women certainly need to be doing what they can to guard against breast cancer, be aware early, to get treatment early if they are at risk, heart disease has been kind of the Rodney Dangerfield when it comes to diseases that face women. It really does not get the respect it deserves. In fact, by some estimates, 5 times as many women die from heart disease as breast cancer. So getting the word out on protecting themselves, women protecting themselves, is really very important. Part of the problem is that women experience heart disease and heart attacks in different ways than men. They may not have that crushing pain that men typically get with a heart attack. It may be more indigestion or a dull pain, and as a result, they may dismiss their own symptoms, and the truth is that many doctors have dismissed their symptoms as insignificant. But we're starting to see that change. More women are becoming aware, more cardiologists are becoming aware, and the tide is starting to turn on that.
So how will these studies help doctors and patients alike in the fight against heart disease?
Research in particular really found that people who have a particular gene defect have lower levels of triglycerides in their blood. Now, triglycerides are a very dangerous form of fat, and what they found is that those folks with lower levels of triglyceride are at much lower risk for heart disease and heart attack. So it's not cholesterol. It's triglycerides that may be the key factor here. So in some ways, we may have been fighting the wrong enemy in the war on heart disease all along, and now the attention is likely to refocus on driving down those levels of triglycerides. The good news here is that you don't need a pill, you don't need a drug to do that. You can do it by eating a healthy diet that has high levels of vegetables, high levels of whole grains, and a lower level of sugary processed foods. So, you know, the new research on genetics and the research that shows that there are differences between men and women really are driving more tailored and will drive more tailored treatments for heart disease that I think will help a lot more people. If you have
heart disease or heart attacks in your family history, should you be particularly careful about following the directions that you just provided for us?
Absolutely true. I mean, what we hear from health specialists is that genetics are not destiny, but genetics, I've heard the phrase, genetics load the gun and lifestyle pulls the trigger. So that if you have a family background of heart disease or cancer or diabetes, you need to be careful to moderate what you're doing with your lifestyle to lower that genetic predisposition you have to that disease. So you need to be making sure that you're taking care of yourself, eating well, getting enough exercise, going for those recommended screenings, meeting regularly with a doctor whenever you have any kind of suspicious symptom, heart pain, chest pain, a suspicious lump, or anything that might indicate that you're at risk. So it's vigilance, it's making sure that you're monitoring and changing those things that you can and have control over, which is your lifestyle, your diet, your exercise, but really recognizing that if you are at an increased risk, you need to be very vigilant in taking better care of yourself than you otherwise might.
Oh, great advice. Of course, Nick, we always appreciate what you provide for us, and we want to follow those studies. I'm sure that the medical news will continue to follow that, and we'll update it as we get more information on it. Good to have you with us, Nick.
Good to be with you. Thank you, Lynn.